serve the purposes of your path as you have chosen them. Simply, you may always realize that you have just as equal in some terms, because it is your reality, more of a chance to allow yourself to straighten out your own question marks into exclamation points for yourself by allowing yourself to simply be equal to the situations that you create round and about you, realizing that your reality is a direct reflection of your belief system. You can then very, very easily know exactly what your beliefs are. If you wish to change them, then simply allow yourself to become equal to any other idea you desire. You will always find that you have exactly the right amount of time, timing, and answers that you need for your question. You may also realize that when you allow yourself to ask yourself a question, when you conceive of a question, it is simply one way that you have of letting yourself know that you already have the answer, otherwise the question would not be there. You are always ready to answer yourself when you ask a question. Now, also, you will find that many individuals who, in your terms, channel physically, have, when they are in contact, as you say, with other consciousness, have made, for the most part, an agreement to do so before this physical life. That is not to say you cannot make that agreement if it is necessary for you during your physical life, but it is rarer in your terms. You will find that the understanding of connection will have been accomplished, the agreement will have been made when in your non-physical form, so that your sense of timing would be very clear and understood. Do you follow me?
Yes.
Do you have another question?
Yes, I was contacted yesterday by Michelangelo, who I worked with in a past life and helped a great deal.
Realize, first of all, that only partially is that, in a sense, in your terms, true. Realize that you have within your own higher consciousness all of those abilities which, when in your terms translated backwards into physicality, are represented to you by that physical symbol. Do you follow me?
Yes.
Now, I will say that that particular, in your terms, individual does carry a great many, well, I'll say, physical individuals under his wing. In other words, he allows his energy as a guide to touch many individuals upon your world. And you have the ability, yes, to tap into that idea. However, realize that in the process, it is for the purpose of allowing you not to rely on another consciousness, but to recognize those abilities within your own. Any guide in spirit form will never, ever, ever live your life, answer your questions for you. They will always be very willing to let you know that you have the exact same abilities, and you may identify with them in that way. But they will always wish that you view yourself as an equal companion, as an equal creator. You will taste the flavor of their consciousness. You may recognize the flavor and atmosphere of their personality within their wishes for you. But always, always, always allow yourself to recognize when it is also your own abilities coming forth with those fountains of information. All right, go ahead.
That answered it well.
Thank you. Yes?
I have a question. Are you familiar with the Ashtar command?
You will find that there will be variations of that idea that do exist. However, I will say that there is, in a sense, a conglomeration of ideas within the one you are expressing, so that it does not accept, I'll say, all right, 60% accurate representation come across in terms of physical translation. Do you follow me?
Somewhat. I don't know about the 60% translation.
In other words, you will find that there are, in a sense, what you term to be councils, linkings, organizations, in your terms, types of what you would understand as federations, organizational bodies, which will have, in a sense, not dominion over, but simply organization of certain areas of interaction between various civilizations. You will find that that idea will carry some of that reality within it, but parts of it are, in a sense, in your terms, fictionalized. Do you follow me?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I do. The reason I'm asking you is that in a handbook that I've read, they have stated that they had implanted different ideas in people because they felt that it was welcome or receivable by different individuals like Edison or Michelangelo or any of those types of people in their dream states, and the person would conceive it as their own idea, which implies a sort of control there.
There is
unless
no
I've
control.
misunderstood it.
There is no control. As you said, even in your own words, those that were willing and ready
Right, okay.
to communicate realize that at the time of the communication itself, that individual is fully aware of exactly the communication they are having and with whom they are having that communication. When they allow themselves to re-emerge into physical reality, the same idea of limitation imposes itself, and in a sense, you forget where it came from.
I see.
However, recognize that also there is, to a great degree, simply a concurrence that that individual has already reached a similar idea, and so in the dream state finds themselves attracted to other individual consciousnesses on or off your planet who have already also achieved a similar idea. There is only a concordance, not an implantation. It is, in a sense, a type of, well, referring. Then they bring that idea and implement it into your physical reality. There is no, in that sense, implantation, no control. Do you follow me?
Oh, yes, thank you.
Thank you. Question.
On the same line as in this character in New York, he was called Son of Sam, and he went around killing people. And when he was arrested and all that, he said God told him to do it, in very explicit terms, I guess. Who was God?
Realize that many individuals, when they will not take responsibility for their own power, will project their consciousness outward into a seeming disconnected, powerful personality. They can create very, very, very strong semblance of, in your terms, reality round and about that projected consciousness, and feel then that they can, in a sense, do whatever they wish without being responsible, since they have removed that idea of responsibility onto something they consider to be greater than themselves. Do you follow me?
Absolutely, thank you.
Thank you. Question.
I have a question. You've mentioned many times this dreamlike state. This is while we're sleeping?
Yes. Also, the dream reality is ongoing.
I don't understand.
You may think of it in terms of a parallel existence, which is, in a sense, the blueprint for your physical existence. In very many ways, really, if I may use your terminology, right now you are far more asleep than when you are dreaming. This is a focused dream with, in your terms, self-imposed blinders.